Rev up your engines! Today I'm going to talk about electric motorcycles. And they're not just some concept. These things have been around for 10 years now. Granted, it's not a new idea, but it didn't go like this thing does. We're talking high-tech speed machine here. As you can see, everything on it, of course, is computerized. Now, the company Zero manufactures them in California. They make all kinds of different electric motorcycles, off-road trail ones, but of course, I'm looking at their Speed Demon. That's what I'd be interested in. And yeah, I'm not making this up. There's a charge port right there. There's no gas in the gas tank. There's no gas tank. It's got big lithium batteries and a giant electric motor right here. Plus it's got a low maintenance rubber belt. It doesn't have a chain that you have to mess around with. This being their Speed Demon. It's got big tires in the back and serious double discs on the front. But since it's an electric motorcycle, it's got regenerative braking too. They actually go much further in the city than they do on the highway. It can go 161 miles in the city, stopping and going. And of course, when you're sitting at a stoplight, it's an electric motor. It doesn't use any power then. Now you'll notice that it's different from any other motorcycle. It's got a throttle, but there's no clutch and there's no gear shifter. This side is totally naked. And since I've been driving motorcycles since I was a teenager, boy, it takes some getting used to for me. I'm grabbing for the clutch, looking for where to shift. These, you just twist and go. That's all there is to it. Now this particular bike is geared for super speed taking off. It doesn't have top end speed. The top end speed is like 110 miles an hour. I mean, who needs to go faster than that anyways? But it's set up to get from 0 to 110 miles an hour extremely quickly. Now, if somebody wanted to, they could set it up to go any speed they wanted, but you would lose acceleration on it. Like I said, there's no gears. It's just an electric motor that drives it directly. So you can set it up to have super acceleration, or you could set it up to have super high speed if you really wanted, but people buy these because they're quick and they want to zip around it. This isn't a drag race, and you don't take this to the drag races because it can only go 110 miles an hour. Batteries are still heavy, but nothing like in a Tesla. So they will recharge somewhat faster. If you're just plugging them into your house, it's going to take a while. If it's fully discharged, it might take you 8 hours or so. But they have a fast charger set up that you can get. They can charge it up in maybe 4 hours. And the battery packs, they have a pretty long life. They claim that it doesn't get below 80% on some of these till you've gone 180, 200,000 miles. So you're not really going to have to worry about the battery going bad for quite some time. The only problem is the range. This is not a touring bike. If on the highway you can go 55 miles, you're not going to be touring that far. Now, one aspect of electric motors makes some people really happy and it makes some people really sad. The downside is it's an electric motorcycle. It doesn't make any noise, so your neighbors will love you. You'll have the quietest motorcycle on the planet. But if you're driving in traffic, nobody's going to hear you. Now, I know Harley's working on an electric motorcycle and they say they're going to have speakers on it. They're going to make noise so it sounds like a motorcycle so people can hear you and won't say, well, gee, I didn't hear that motorcycle. It was going 90 miles an hour and I knocked it over. And the other aspect that I find somewhat strange is that since it's an electric motorcycle, a lot of guys buy motorcycles, they like modifying them. Well, there's really nothing you need to modify on this. It's an electric motor with a huge battery. You don't have to tinker with them. I mean, I grew up on Triumphs and Nortons and BSAs, and we were always adjusting carburetors, adjusting the valves, fixing oil leaks. On the other hand, a lot of guys like messing around with stuff like that, and they don't want something that just goes and doesn't have any problems. Now, of course, being an electric motorcycle, they have 100% of their power as soon as you turn them on. So it's not like a gasoline motorcycle where you got to rev the engine up, feather the clutch, and pop off. As soon as you twist that grip, you got power to the wheel, and it goes. This particular one has 140 pound-foot of torque. It's got a lot of torque going to the rear wheel. And since it has an electric motor, there's no power loss. There's no gears. There's just a motor that runs a belt that turns the rear wheel. And being all electric, it's got ABS brakes, various modes you can put it on, power, traction, street, torque. You can race it any way you want to drive it. Not giving them away, this particular one is about $20,000. Now me, I like motorcycles that still make a lot of noise. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.